Hi everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a fun project to share with you featuring some new products from the latest DieCember release with Simon's Stamp. I'm going to be featuring the Mountain Horizon cover die. This is a standard A2 size. It's actually a little bit smaller than an A2, but it fits perfectly on an A2. Love the mountain scene with the reflection of water, and be using a lot of Altenew cardstock. The first set I'm doing burnt red, amber blaze, lemonade stand, and Sunkissed. If I forget to mention a color or anything, everything will be linked in my description box. So it's a lot of die cutting, all these little layers. There's lots of different ways you could go about this though. If you wanted to not use solid color cardstock, you could die cut them all out of white and then add your color with ink blending. But so I started that bottom one with the burnt red? And then I'm not going to remember the name of all of these colors of cardstock, but I kind of, I did like the mountains in kind of a red, orange, yellow, and then the sky with some aquas, and then the lake with some blue, and then, I don't know, I just had a time. I just picked out some kind of gradient tones. It's not necessarily rainbow order, but it is giving me color joy. I will say that. Okay, so some of these kind of take more thicker slivers than others because the mountain kind of dips down in there. So you got to have enough cardstock to cover that area. So I think that's the last one of the mountainscape, I think. And then I go into the sky. So for the sky, I'm using Volcano, Lake, and Lagoon, and then this darker teal, which I can't remember what that darker teal is, but I'll look it up and I will link it. Not even sure if that's Altenew cardstock. It might be Concord Ninth. Okay, moving right along. Then you got the lightest one up there on the top, and then now we're going to work the bottom, like starting at the water, the reflection, and then work it down. For this, got Desert Night, Starlight, Tide Blue, and Caribbean Sky. Okay, so I'm using my Anna Griffin Impress, but I flip it over so that I could put my cardstocks on the die so I can get a real, good idea of where I'm placing my pieces, if that makes sense. Okay, so here we're starting kind of top to bottom, and then I skipped a little bit there. I didn't mean to, but, sometimes I press start and stop at the wrong time. Okay, the last two, Sweet Leaf and Just Green. Now, I'm not really sure what these two little parts are down at the bottom, but we're going to just go with it. Could be grass, could be more water, could be anything you want it to be. I just look at it as an opportunity to add more color, really. Who cares what it is? Anyway, here's how I started. I went on Pinterest, and I typed in mountain prints. And you want to talk about inspiration. Have you ever seen the mountain print, like graphic prints? They will give you tons of color inspiration. So I have a panel of white cardstock here, cut to a little bit smaller than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I think it's like 4 by 5 1/4, if that makes sense. So, anywho, I'm gluing these down. I'm using the Positively Perfect Craft Glue Mini with my little reverse tweezers. I start at the top because that has that nice flat edge. So at least I know I'm going to get that one in the right spot. And the rest of them, I'm just hoping that everything butts up into place. So I feel like I kind of have a very vibrant, cheery, like wake you up color scheme. But I think this would also be cool with a real sublime, like dreamy, maybe some purples and some icy blue. You could really change up the mood, make it more dreamy, or you can make it vibrant, punch you in the face. You could make it gray tones. So like when I went on Pinterest and looked up mountain prints, like abstract mountain prints, I mean, you could go full on rainbow with every one of these. Just work it straight on, right on through the rainbow. But, lots of different ways, lots of different looks. Another thing you could do is stop right here. I mean, after you add the other red one, because you're kind of like, you made like a flat area. You could stop there and then just stamp a sentiment down below or crop it. So there's some different things you could do. Divide the scene if you don't want to add the whole bottom half. But here we are. I'm doing the whole shebang. No turning back now. You know, I've been trying to finish my Christmas shopping, but I always get distracted on Instagram. I don't know what it is. They're getting me. These little ads that come on for you to make like a personalized stamp, and you upload your photo. You know, I'm uploading a photo of Hank, and I'm trying to make a personalized stamp of Hank. For who? For me? And then next thing you know, it's a locket or a bracelet, and you can put your photo in it. You know, I'm going to make a locket with Hank. For me, I'm like trying to do Christmas shopping, and then I go on an hour-long tangent of personalizing a gift that's probably for me. I'm trying to Christmas shop for others, and then I end up shopping for myself. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, I'm trimming this out just to clean up any of the edges using my trusty old guillotine trimmer. Never lets me down. And then I use Big Mama foam tape. I love this tape. First of all, it comes in a big, huge mama roll, and it's thin. Now, for a sentiment, this is a new one. Just saying, this is by Kathy Zielski, and I'm doing my classic matte gold. I'm going to tell you what, I would be lost. I would be lost in this crafty world if it weren't for Kathy Zielski and her dies. I love the Just Saying. And then there's the whole, like, additional stamp set that gives you little sub-sentiments, you know, and they say things like, just saying, I think you're pretty great. Just saying, you age like a fine wine. Just saying, you rock. I mean, all these fun things. But then there's also the Just Saying easy strips that were in the release. By the way, I die cut the Just Saying out of gold. And then I did 2 more out of white. And I'm stacking them up. Because dimension is alive. Now, don't forget, there's a bunch of tittles in here. And so I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tittles that I did not want to lose. I think I need to get myself a little boop tray or a little tray to hold my tittles. I didn't do the shadow backer because I just couldn't cover up any of that mountain scene. So I'm using the glue again. But for a sub-sentiment, you could use the stamp set or you could use these easy strips. They're already printed out for you, ready to go. And my favorite's the reverse ones, the white on black, which is what I'm going to end up using. So I put the Just Saying down in the bottom right. I love how that J just kind of hangs down in front of the S. And then here we are adding the tittles. Now, here's the reverse Just Saying easy strips. I'm going to do the I Miss You because it just fits so well. Just nestled. Now I switched to the mini guillotine because this mini guillotine, I don't know, I just can see so well when I'm trimming sentiment strips. It's kind of changed my life in the sentiment strip department, if you want to be honest. Okay, a little bit of foam tape on the back of that, and I nestled it right there in the sweet spot. No embellishments needed. I mean, you could. You certainly could. I'm not going to stop you. But I just said, you got to know when to hold them. Make sure and check out the new DieCember release with Sayin Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.